Only on Fox tonight. It's a fear we all have, being arrested for a crime you didn't commit. But what if that crime is murder? It's been said that our justice system, while imperfect, is still the best on earth. But as you will see tonight, mistakes do happen. And for one Valley man, a mistake by police cost him his freedom and destroyed his life.
The first time I knew something was going on was when the cops flew through my door. 7 cops rushed down my hallway into my room with guns drawn, calling me every name in the book. I walk outside, it's like a horror movie. Blood on the ground, blood on the steps, blood on the rail. Mr. Rizzo, you know what happened here. You just stabbed that motherfucker. You're going to prison forever.
Midnight, September 11th, 2013. At a Midtown Phoenix apartment, a victim lays dying on a sidewalk. A trail of blood leads up a flight of stairs to apartment A11. Searching for the killer, police bust through the door and shatter a man's life. 35-year-old Denny Rizzo returns to the scene of the crime.
How do you feel when you come back here?
You know, it's real scary. It takes me back to the night when I was arrested for murder.
A murder you didn't commit.
A murder I didn't commit.
Rizzo, a former loan officer with Wells Fargo, had no criminal record until the night he was accused of murder.
It destroyed my life. This is where my life ended. This is where my life ended.
How does an innocent man end up in jail? It began on this patch of grass in the courtyard of a Phoenix apartment. 2 men argue over drugs. There's a struggle. 33-year-old Michael Collins is stabbed under his left arm, severing an artery. Bleeding profusely, Collins walks 80 feet down this pathway, up these stairs, looking for help. Banging on doors, no one answers. Collins stumbles downstairs and collapses face down on the sidewalk. At the hospital, before losing consciousness, officers ask Collins who stabbed him. He says Frankie, a name that will haunt Denny Rizzo for the rest of his life.
I never knew Michael Collins, and I never touched this guy, never knew this person.
Police question residents looking for a suspect named Frankie. Of 11 residents interviewed, just 2 think Frankie lives in apartment A11. That's Denny Rizzo's apartment. Police enter Rizzo's apartment without a warrant, but after questioning him, officers seem convinced he has nothing to do with the crime. But one detective persists.
Mr. Rizzo, we see you don't have any felonies, no misdemeanors, nothing. Okay, we are very sorry. I'm going to let you go back upstairs and go to bed. The detective, Hardina, then says, wait a minute, this is the guy. He got blood up by his door. He got blood going downstairs and was very persistent.
Detective Anthony Hardina, an 11-year veteran of the Phoenix Police Department.
And Anthony Hardina goes, we're just not going to let him go. This is the murderer right here. We got the murderer right here. Kept calling me Frank. Even in the police report, it says Denny Frankie Rizzo. And I'm saying I'm Denny Joseph Rizzo. Denny Joseph Rizzo Jr. Frank's not my name. The detective's being persistent here. And the detective was just so persistent, so nasty, so gun-ho.
Blood by Rizzo's door and 2 residents who think he's Frankie. That's good enough. Police arrest Rizzo.
You lay down right here?
Right here in the box.
Cuffed.
Cuffed. You made a mistake. This is you guys made a big mistake. You got the wrong guy. And he goes, well, you know what? That's fine. You're going to have the rest of your life behind bars in jail to think about what you did tonight.
Still dressed in bedclothes, Rizzo is hauled downtown to the police station and interrogated by Detective Hardina.
I just pray to God not.
Okay.
I didn't stab anybody, man. I didn't stab nobody.
You don't know the victim at all?
I don't know the victim at all, bro.
Michael Collins?
I don't know Michael Collins, no Frankie. Wasn't me, bro.
He repeatedly asks for a polygraph. None is given.
Give me a lie detector test. Take my fingerprints. I have no record, no nothing. Nothing. Never. I do not have nothing to do with nothing.
Okay.
This is my life.
I understand that. I'm not saying it's not your life.
This is scary, man.
I know it is, and I don't want I don't want innocent people getting in trouble.
The level of gross incompetence here is stunning.
Attorney Mike Manning specializes in civil rights cases involving police.
How thin was this evidence that they used to throw him in?
It was beyond paper thin. It was almost non-existent.
Back at Rizzo's apartment, investigators collect samples of anything that appears to be blood. None of it matches the victim, but those results won't come back from the Phoenix Police Crime Lab for 5 months. Rizzo is charged and booked into jail.
It was just brutal. It was a brutal place to be.
For 7.5 months, Rizzo is locked up in the 4th Avenue Jail Supermax.
They kept trying to get me to sign plea bargains. I said, what am I going to sign a plea for? What am I going to do 10 years for? I'm innocent. That I'm not ever coming out. Oh, yeah.
Terms with it.
Oh, I came in terms.
And then one day, without any explanation,
They said, roll up your stuff. You're out of here. We got the wrong guy. And God brought me out. And that's the only reason why I'm out.
but by then, everything he owns is gone. And with a second-degree murder charge on his record, no one will hire him.
I haven't been at a job more than 24 hours, and they told me, well, thank you for your time. Goodbye, and don't give me any reason.
In 7.5 months, Rizzo lost everything. He was homeless and forced to live in a shelter.
It happened to anybody here, and that's why the police have got to be so careful. You're going to make mistakes, and we all must forgive those. And innocent mistakes are going to happen all the time. But gross incompetence, when you hold the power to ruin a life, cannot be tolerated. This man's life is done.
2 years later, Denny Rizzo is still trying to put back together the pieces of his shattered life.
Gone in a night. A lifetime of work, it's gone forever. But with my faith and faith in God, I'm working to get things going in the right direction. Whether they'll ever be the same, I don't think so.
By the way, Phoenix police still have not caught the man who killed Michael Collins. In fact, 7 months after Denny Rizzo was cleared, Silent Witness went public with a reward looking for information in this case. It's still unsolved. As for Denny Rizzo, he is now suing the city of Phoenix and the police department for gross negligence, false imprisonment, and malicious prosecution. Phoenix police will not comment on this case because it's in litigation. As for Denny Rizzo, he has still not found a company willing to hire him.